Hey guys, it's Generalkidd here. How's everyone doing today? So, for today's video, we're going to be taking a look at what Sadie's father looks like in Halo 3 ODST. So, for those of you who aren't aware, Sadie is the main character of the audio logs throughout Halo 3 ODST's campaign. And in those audio logs, she's talking to her father a lot and trying to get to him. But ultimately, her father does not survive because he was basically killed by some crooked cops. And if you collect all the audio logs, you can actually see this one cop here try to cover up the evidence and then turn against you for seeing too much. But Sadie's father, even though he was killed, we actually do get to see his body, which is right here in the corner, and that's what the crooked cop was trying to cover up. But despite seeing his body, we never actually get to see his face. It's pretty much covered up, and in game you can't really see it. Even if you go to theater mode, you can't face the camera through his arms, so you can't really get a good look at his face. You can see the sides, but not the full face. At least not without Halo 3 mod tools, the official mod tools. So to do that, first of all, we want a much better lit map with better lighting, so we could see all the details. And we just simply spawned his body here. It's just a scenery object in the game, and that's it. So from this pose, we could see more details than we couldn't see before on the mission Data Hive, but we still can't really get a good look at his face because it's kind of covered up by his arm. So we had to rotate his body a bit so that we can, first of all, point his face towards the light, and second, get a much better angle so we could see his face. It took a few tries, but basically we had to completely flip him on his back so we could see his face, and here we go. Now you can see what Sadie's father looks like in Halo 3 ODST. This is his face, and this is probably the only and best view we'll ever get of his face because he's not an actual biped in the game. He's just a scenery object, so that's why I can't change his pose or anything. This is the only pose he has because it's just the scenery object. There's no living biped I could spawn where he's in a default pose or anything, but that is his face. The rest of his body is just the typical body of a Halo 3 dock worker, but the face is unique. I know on Halopedia, I think it says that he's just a Halo 3 dock worker, but now that we actually can see his face does not match any of the dock workers in Halo 3. And I did check. I spawned all of them. I spawned all their variants. None of them have this face. So this is a unique face, and it only exists in Halo 3 ODST for this character. So that is what Sadie's father's face actually looks like. So before this, the only views we had of his face was, I think there's like one audio log where like the image that shows up briefly, or there's some kind of like very blurry like tiny picture of like a semi-obscure view of his face that you can find on Halopedia on the article. I think that was the only picture we've ever had of him until now. So now we can actually see what he actually looks like in game, and without anything like fully obscuring it anymore. So there you guys have it. That is Sadie's father's face, and now, like I said, that's probably the best view we'll ever get because he doesn't exist anywhere else in game. That's the only character model we have of him, and it's just a scenery object. Unfortunately, the detail's not that great, but that's basically it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video and found it to be interesting, and if you did, then make sure to leave a like, leave your thoughts in the comments, and make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you all next time. Bye guys!